Economics first lesson, gross domestic product and its growth. Definition of GDP. The GDP is the market value of all the final goods and services produced in the country during a time period. During that particular time period, how many goods and services are produced in the country, that is called GDP. GDP is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. C means consumption, I means investment, G means government expenditure, that is expenses, X is exports, M is imports. Goods and services. Goods are tangible items. Tangible means very strong items. Services are intangible. Intangible means very weak items. Market value. This is the price at which goods and services are sold in the market. This is nothing but market price. Value means price. Market price. Market rate. Final goods and services. Economists Tyler Cowen and Alex Tabarrok say that final goods and services are the goods and services which will be used or consumed. They said that final goods and services which will be used or consumed. How much quantity of goods and services we used or we consumed, that is called final goods and services. The goods and services which will be used for producing other goods and services and will form a part of goods and services is called intermediate goods. Afterwards, we will see about the intermediate goods and we will see one example for intermediate goods. Okay. Only the final goods are included in the GDP. But in GDP, only we have to include the final goods. Okay. We must include the final goods. Intermediate goods are not counted in the calculating the GDP. We won't calculate the intermediate goods. Okay. For calculating GDP, we must calculate only final goods. We must not calculate what goods? Intermediate goods. Now, we are going to see about the intermediate goods. Boys, listen this example carefully. This is very important example. A cup of tea bought in a hotel is a final good. Yes or no? In a hotel, we will drink one cup of tea. What is the final good? A cup of tea is the final good. It is consumed and does not form a part of producing something else. So, the market value of the cup of tea being a final good. So, what is the final good? Market price of a cup of tea. It is a final good. Sugar which is mixed in the tea is an intermediate good. So, what is the intermediate good? Sugar is the intermediate good. Boys, like that way, I will say another example. In one car industry, what is the output? Yes, very good. Car is the output. That car is called final good. Okay. That car is called final good. What are the intermediate goods in producing car? Yes, tire, engine, steering. These all are called intermediate goods. I hope now you understand. Okay. Take the example of car industry. What is the output, final output? Car. That car is called final good. Final output is called final good. What are the intermediate goods? Steering, motor, engine, iron, steel. These all are called intermediate goods. National income. National income is a measure of the total money value of goods and services produced by an economy over a period of time, normally a year. Over an economic period of time, national income is calculated by the total value of goods and service produced by a country. So, that particular year, how many goods and services are produced, that is called national income. Commonly, national income is called as gross national product, that is GNP. What is the another name for national income? GNP. Now we are going to see about the various terms associated with the measuring of national income. First, we are going to see about GNP. Gross national product is the total value of goods and services produced and income received in a year by domestic residents of a country. Inside the country, how many goods and services are produced? That is called gross national product, that is GNP. It includes profits earned from capital invested abroad. This GNP includes profit invested from abroad also. GNP is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M plus NFIA. So, we already seen about this. What is C? Consumption. What is I? Investment. What is G? Government expenditure, that is expenses. X means export. M means import. What is NFIA? Net factor income from abroad. Next, we are going to see about gross domestic product. Gross domestic product is the total value of output of goods and services produced the factor of production within the geographical boundaries of the country. Within the geographical boundary, that is within India's geographical boundary, how many amount of goods and services are produced? That is called GDP. Next, we are going to see about net national product, that is NNP. NNP is arrived by making some adjustment with regard to depreciation, that is we arrive the net national product by deducting the value of depreciation from gross national product. This depreciation is nothing but wastage. So, NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. We have to calculate NNP, net national product. What we have to do? We have to subtract depreciation minus from GNP. Okay, we have to subtract depreciation from what? GNP. GNP means what? Gross national product. Next, we are going to see about net national product, that is NDP. NDP is a part of gross domestic product. Net domestic product is obtained from the gross domestic product by deducting the quantum of tear and wear expenses. Tear and wear means depreciations, that is wastage. What is the meaning of depreciation? Wastage. NDP is equal to GDP minus depreciation. What is the equation for NNP? NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. What is the equation for NDP? NDP is equal to GDP minus depreciation. Boys, you first learn these all equations first. Okay, you have to memorize these all equations. What equations? What is GNP? GNP is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M plus NFIA. What is NNP? NNP is equal to GNP minus depreciation. What is NDP? NDP is equal to GDP minus depreciation. If you memorize these equations, you can make your own sentences and write the explanation. Okay, so make it easy. Okay. Next one, per capita income. This is the very important 2-mark question. So, in this lesson, national income and per capita income, these two questions are repeated and very important 2 marks questions. Per capita income, that is PCI. Per capita income or output per person is an indicator to show the living standard of people in a country. This per capita income is nothing but how many people are living in that country. It is obtained by dividing the national income by the population. We can get per capita income by dividing population. Next, we are going to see about personal income. You know very well about personal income, PI. What is personal income? One person's annual income, that is called personal income. In some biodatas or school update, we can ask that question, no? So what is your father's income? That is only PI, annual income, personal income. Disposable income. Disposable income means actual income which can be spent or consumption by individuals and families. Which income are spent by families and individual, that is called disposable income. This disposable income DPI is equal to PI minus taxes. Okay, what is the equation for disposable income? DPI is equal to, what is PI? Abbreviation for PI, personal income. Okay, personal income minus taxes. We have to subtract taxes from personal income. Then we can get DPI, that is disposable income. Next we are going to see about gross domestic product produced in the country. GDP of India includes only the market value of goods and services produced in India. India's GDP includes only the goods and services market value. For example, the market value of apples produced in Kashmir are included in our GDP. Yes or no? Market value is calculated by adding the Kashmir apples. Yes or no? The market value of apples produced in California, even if they are sold in Indian markets, if California apples sold in Indian markets, but we are not calculate that GDP. Why? Because California is in the USA. Yes or no? Okay. Produced during the time period. The GDP of a country measures the market value of goods and services produced only during the specified time period. The GDP is measured only in the specified particular time period. The goods and services produced in earlier periods are not included. Earlier period, before periods are not included. In India, the GDP is measured both annually and quarterly. What is quarterly? For three months term. Okay, that is quarterly. The annual GDP is for a financial year which is from April 1st of say 2017 to March 31st 2018. Methods of GDP calculating. Boys, this is also the important detail. 5 mark question. Methods of GDP, gross domestic product calculating. First method is expenditure method. There are 3 methods. What are they? Expenditure approach, income approach, value added approach. First we are going to see about expenditure approach. In this method, the GDP is measured by adding the expenditure on all the final goods and services. This is nothing but, boys, expenses of the all goods and services is called expenditure approach. Okay, Y is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Next, the income approach. We have to calculate all persons' income. Okay, we have to add all persons' income. That is called income approach. Y is equal to wages plus rent plus interest plus profit. The Y is equal to wages plus rent plus interest plus profit. Why we use Y here? The income approach to measuring GDP, Y. Okay. We took Y instead of GDP. Next, value added approach. For this value added approach, we saw one example already. What is that example? Yes, T. Okay. According to T, what is the final output? T is the final output. So, that is the final good. What are the intermediate goods for tea? Yes, sugar, tea powder, water, milk. These all are the intermediate goods. Okay. See this picture. You can get a clarity. Value added approach. Tea powder plus milk plus sugar is equal to tea. What are the intermediate goods here? Tea powder, milk and sugar are called intermediate goods. What is the final output? Final output is tea. That is final good. Okay. Final good is tea. Importance of GDP. Study of economic growth. It helps our economic growth. Problems of inflation and deflation. What is the meaning for inflation? Increase in price and fall in purchasing value of money. That is called inflation. What is called deflation? Reduction of the general level of prices is called deflation. Comparison with developed countries of the world. It helps to compare our country with other developed countries of the world. Estimate the purchasing power. How many things we are purchasing. We have to estimate how many things we are purchasing. So, this GDP helps us to estimate the purchasing power. Study of public sector. It helps to know about the public sector. Guide to economic planning. It guides us to plan our economic development. Limitations of GDP. First one, several important goods and services are left out of the GDP. Very important goods and services are left out from this GDP. The GDP includes only the goods and services sold in the market. Yes or no? We calculate only how many amount of goods and services sold in the market. But the services provided by parents to their children is very important, but it is not included. Yes or no? Parents helped their children. These all are so called services. Okay. So, these services are not included in the GDP. Likewise, clean air, healthy life has no market value. Next one, GDP measures only quantity but not quality. It measures only quantity, not quality. It measures only how many amount of things produced. Okay, but it doesn't measure quality. But what is very important? Quality is very important. In the 1970s, schools and banks did not permit the use of ballpoint pens. This is because the ones available in India were of very poor quality. But afterwards, these ballpoint pens available in India with very poor quality. Since then, not only has there been a substantial increase in the quantity of ballpoint pens produced in India, but their quality has also improved a lot. Afterwards, many ballpoint pens are produced, but quality is very low. The improvement in quality of goods is very important, but it not captured by the GDP. Next one, GDP does not tell us about the way income is distributed in the country. How income is distributed in our country. This method does not exist in our GDP. The GDP of a country may be growing rapidly, but income may be distributed so unequally that only a small percentage of people may be benefiting from it. But our income is distributed very unequally. Yes or no? Yes. Very rich people get so much amount of salary, but very poor people get very little amount of salary. Fourth one, the GDP does not tell us about the kind of life people are living. A high level of per capita real GDP can go hand in hand with very low health condition of people and undemocratic political system, high pollution and suicide rate. So, this GDP is finally the reason for undemocratic political system and very low health condition of people and high pollution and suicide rate. Next, we are going to see about the composition of gross domestic product. There are three sectors. Yes or no? We have already learnt in our 9th standard. Primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector. First, we are going to see about primary sector. What is the another name for primary sector? Agricultural sector. Agricultural based activities are called primary sector. Okay. What is the example? Fishing industry, mining industry, forestry, coal. These all are called primary sectors. Next one, secondary sector. Industrial sector. Industries are called secondary sector. What is the another name for secondary sector? Industrial sector. Industry based activities are called secondary sector. In the secondary sector, goods and commodities are produced by transforming the raw materials. This sector transforming the raw materials into finished products, okay, final products. What is the example? Cement factory, textile factory, jute industry, sugar industry, paper industry, petrochemical industry, automobile industry are called secondary sector industries. Next we are going to see about tertiary sector. What is the another name for tertiary sector? Service sector. Tertiary sector is known as service sector, which includes government, scientific research, transport, communication, trade, postal, telegraph, banking, education, entertainment, healthcare and information technology. So these all activities join together and called tertiary sector. In the 20th century, economists began to suggest that traditional tertiary services could be further distinguished from quaternary and quinary service sector. So in 20th century, there is two subdivisions created from tertiary sector. That subdivisions are quaternary sector and quinary sector. See this picture, sector wise contribution of GDP, percentage rate, okay. First one, blue color, 15.87%, that is agriculture sector. Next one, 15.87%, that is agriculture, forestry and fishing sector. Next one, 29.73%, that is industry sector. Next one, 2.7%, that is mining and quarrying sector. Next one, 16.83%, that is manufacturing sector. Next one, 2.67%, that is electricity, gas, water supply and other utility services. Next one, 7.54%, that is construction sector. Next one, 54.4%, that is service sector. Next one, 18.62%, that is trade, hotel, transport, communication and services related to broadcasting sector. Next one, 20.96%, that is financial, real estate and professional services sector. Next one, 14.82%, that is public administrative, defense and other services. See this picture, sector wise GDP growth of India up to 1950 to 2018. See this picture, increasing and decreasing, increasing and decreasing, yes. Okay, next one. India is the second largest producer of agricultural products. India accounts for 7.39% of total global agricultural output. We all are very know about India is a agricultural country, yes or no? Many persons depend on agriculture. So India is the second largest producer of agricultural products. India accounts 7.39% of total global agricultural output. In industrial sector, India's world rank is 6th and in service sector, India's world rank is 8th. In agricultural sector, India's world rank is 2. In industrial sector, India's world rank is 6. In service sector, India's world rank is 8. Contribution of agriculture sector in Indian economy is much higher than world's average 6.4%. Contribution of industry and service sector is lower than world average 30% for industry sector and 63% for service sector. Comparing to world's average, Indian economy is higher than 6.4%. Comparing to world's average, Indian service sector is lower than 63% and industry sector is lower than 30%.